Okay, welcome back to Corey's Ramblings, and I am going to talk about a show called Graceland, which everybody knows and loves. Okay, yes, I'm talking fast because this is a show I really love. Okay, I'm gonna talk about what I think is gonna happen because season 2 premieres this Wednesday, and I'm excited about it, and I'm sure you guys all are too that are Graceland fans. Okay, so predictions. Because this season is supposed to be so filled with everything. Okay, I think I'm going to start off. I think I'm just going to do it with by character by character. Okay, my predictions for Mike. Okay, so we see him in the previews and everything back at DC. And he's having some kind of affair, fling, whatever, with his higher up. Okay, and I think her name, she's played by Emily Rose, and I think her name is Jessica Foster. I'm not entirely sure. I've been reading everything I can because so I can make these predictions and make them hopefully as accurate as possible. Okay, and I think that's gonna end kind of bad, like even worse than how things ended with Abby. Okay, and when he gets back to Graceland, I think he's gonna let that power of being like from DC get to go to his head and all that power and everything. I think it's gonna go to his head and it's gonna make him look a big asshole. A really big asshole in front of everybody. So people aren't gonna like him as much this season as they did last season because he's got all that power and it's going to his head and he's lost. I think he's lost because of the power. And for some reason I think he and Paige are gonna try to have a relationship again. And that can get messy and I don't see it. I know there's a lot of people who think, oh, they're so cute together, blah 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 blah, but I see them as more like a brother-sister relationship thing than as a couple. I don't know. I can't see them together. I mean, he has more of a connection with Briggs or Johnny or even Charlie. I mean, okay, whatever. Okay, so he's got a hit out on him by the Cost Cartel. And I think he's going to let them think they've got him. But they're going to take him and everything, but everything goes completely off course and they put the bag over his head and they try to kill him, and I think they're going to question him first. But he's not going to say anything because he's stubborn and he's just stubborn. And he's not going to say anything, so they're going to try to kill him, and then Briggs and the cavalry's going to come in here, and Briggs is going to be like, look, I told you, just because you're a higher up and you're like this big shot in DC, I don't think that means you're going to be, I don't think that means you should act like you know everything, because you don't. You're still just a kid compared to the rest of us. So you shouldn't be going off course like this, my god. Okay, maybe not quite like that, but Mike Briggs is gonna just be like, go off on him for everything after making sure he's okay. Like, they're gonna make sure he's okay first, but yeah. And he's gonna like, I don't know, I saw where he gets into it with the new guy, I think his name's Zelensky, and Johnny and Charlie, and I think Jake's there. And he just goes off on him, and Charlie goes back off on him, and I think the team's just gonna be like, the Gracelanders are gonna be like, look, Mike, we were doing fine without you, just go. Because, he's changed. He's not the cute little sweet Mike everybody knows and loves, and yeah. So I think he's got a lot of growing up to do. And coming into his new found power. Okay, next character I'm gonna try to do is Briggs. And my predictions for him is like, okay, so last season he was kinda sorta found out as Odin by Mike anyway. At least according to the deleted scenes. I don't know if you've even seen the deleted scenes, but Mike kinda called Briggs out on being Odin. Okay, Anyway, so, and everybody thinks it's Quinn now, so Briggs is like, okay, we got rid of Jangles. There's not really much else for me to do. And everybody's still kind of mad at me because I ran, so I think I need to try to fix things. So I can kind of see him trying and going and being back with everyone and trying to be their buddy again. And I can see him just trying to help out everybody with their cases and everything and things like that. And I kind of, we see him and Charlie in bed together during the promo, one of the promos. I forgot which promo it was. So I think they're gonna start this relationship again. I know he's not gonna love her as much as he loves Lisa, because Lisa was like his first true love, the girl he was probably thinking he was gonna marry and have like little mini Briggs with. But you know, Charlie's been there for him for like ever. I mean, the whole Eric and Katie thing. And I think they're gonna start something, but that's gonna get him into trouble. I can see, because somebody's gonna find out and be like, "Oh, he has this weakness. We can use this." So like, they probably shoot between Charlie and Graceland at some point. And I also heard he's supposed to meet Wamba Dios, which was Mike's office training officer person that Briggs kind of sort of killed. It was kind of an accident, but it kind of wasn't. And anyway, he's gonna meet the widow, and he's probably gonna try and do everything he can to make it up to her because he feels terrible. And I also see him calling Mike out on his bullcrap. Just be like, Mike, being an ass, you need to stop, okay? Just think. I mean, you're in power now, but that doesn't mean you know how to use it. Okay, Charlie's next. I think she's gonna be struggling with PTSD after her incident with Jangles, because Jangles hurt her. He hurt her bad because she trusted him when he was being Rafael Cortez, and she put her soul into him, or at least as far as Odin went. And we don't know what all they really talked about while they were drinking together. And she's gonna get herself hurt, and I wanna hold her, and I think she's gonna be struggling with that. And I also think she might be tempted to go back to heroin if she's not already doing it. And I think Mike might say, if she is doing heroin, I think Mike's gonna find out, and that's what's really gonna cause her to snap at him and just be like, "Shut up, shut the hell up, Mikey. You don't know what's going on." And I see her struggling with that, and I think she's gonna struggle with trying to be in a relationship with Briggs again, because he probably, from what I gathered, he broke her heart, like when they were together the first time. So she might be struggling to trust Briggs again, like that. Paige, I'm excited to see that Paige is gonna have a bigger storyline this season. I hope she's more like a badass, like she was last year when she saved Jake and Johnny. Like, that was my favorite thing that she did. I mean, that was just amazing. Like, she saved them from a Sheikah Pearl, and that's like this marijuana farmer. Don't say marijuana farmer, Mikey. Nobody says that anymore. Okay, so I see that I see her being more like that. And I'm glad she's gonna take it on that role. But I read that she's going to be with a new boyfriend, so is it going to be like that new guy Zelensky? Or is it going to be somebody else? She's going to make Mike jealous? I mean, really, what's the deal? Okay, I read she finds herself mixed up in a human trafficking ring. Which means one of two things. She's going to be a buyer and, like, try to save these people by buying them away. Or she's going to be in the ring by being captured and burned, and Graceland's going to have to come together and save her, because we don't need Paige being sold off somewhere. Because that's not good, because we like Paige. She's awesome. In human trafficking, there's no telling what all goes on. Like, it can be anything from being a sex slave, to just being a slave in general, and that's not right for anyone. Jake's, I think he's gonna be more into. I read he's gonna see the house as more of a family this time, and I'm really proud about that because I always really wanted him to like the house like everybody else did. And I predict that he's gonna see his son. Like they're gonna meet. Probably by I kind of think it's gonna be by accident, but I think they're gonna meet and talk and bond, and it's just gonna be sweet. And I also read he's gonna have something about him having a girlfriend this season, or is it a boyfriend, or it's some significant other, and I'm really glad he deserves some happiness. He does. For little Jakes. And I hope that we meet, I hope we, get to see more of Jamaican Jakes. I love Jamaican Jakes. Okay, I have a predict, and then, okay, I say Johnny. He's not quite the last one, because he's the last one, but he has, like, I only have a few predictions for him, but Johnny. Okay, first off, his mom's supposed to be coming, and she thinks he's a hood rat, gangbanger, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, she thinks he's in a gang, and he can't really tell her that he's part of Graceland, because, you know, or, I don't think he can even tell her he's FBI, because that'll blow his cover. But I think he's gonna do it anyway, because I see him as a mama's boy, and he wants his mama to be proud of him. So, we have that, and we're gonna see more of him being like a kid, probably, like maybe some flashbacks of a mini Johnny running around and just being all cute. I read he's gonna be part of the undercover op against this cartel leader's son, Carlito Solano, who's supposed to be like this party boy, and he's played by Eric Valdez, and Eric is like really funny in real life, and I really hope. And I kind of see him being like the Mason Verger of Hannibal, of Graceland. Like Mason Verger was kind of. Anyway, he's, according to the writers, he's Carlito's psychotic and will kill an enemy as well as a stranger or a friend. When we first see him with Johnny in the promo, he shoots him with a blank. But he still shoots him. And I don't know. I read that where he and kind of starts developing feelings for Johnny, and that can go one of two ways. Like it can be like Johnny being like, "Oh, Carlito, tell me your plan. I love you. Yeah, man, I really do love you. Here, let me kiss you." Kind of thing going on, or it can be, you know, Carlito pull a gun out on Johnny and be like, "Get on your knees and blow, because I will shoot you if you don't, and then I will break your body when you're dead." So, I mean, I'm scared for Johnny, and Carlito has a sister named Lucia, or however you pronounce it, and she's probably suspicious of what her brother and her dad does, but they don't want her in the business, and she's kind of kept in the dark. So she's suspicious of Johnny, and I think Johnny's supposed to be falling for her, so that can be like a really interesting threesome, or a very terrifying thing altogether. And since Johnny's wanting to take more charge, so I think he's going to be still the funny guy, but he's just going to be like distanced from everybody, and it's going to be sad. And okay, moving on to Wayne Zelinsky. How do you pronounce his last name? I'm not sure. He's the new guy inhabiting Mike's room, which used to be Johnny's room. And the way I see it, things can go one of two ways for him. I think he's going to die, like get shot by the cartel, or he's just gonna be like, "Okay, I can't take this anymore. Goodbye," and just leave. So I kind of hope not. I want a new character. I kind of want it to be like, "Oh look, we have someone else to love," and hope nothing bad happens too. But you know, things never really go like that. Okay, so those are my predictions. I hope you guys all watch Graceland on Wednesday, June 11th, which is this Wednesday, and well, let's try not to cry, shall we? Goodbye!